Welcome to Undefeated Mindz podcast, where we represent elevated innovation over ignorance.
Yes, sir.
I'm your boy, your dog, your daddy, you feel me? Big dude. Big underrated. Yo, my dog.
You know what it is, Mr. Stepper, a.k.a. Shotta. So, we welcome back everybody. First, we want y'all to like, share, and subscribe. Give us some thumbs up if you like it. Give us some thumbs down if you don't. Let us know what we can work on. You want to see us dressed a little bit flyer sometimes. How y'all like our flyness? You know what I'm saying? Because pretty chocolate dude over here. Big boy. Yes, sir. How you feel, man?
I feel good, bro. I feel good. We played Don't Drink While Driving yesterday.
Ooh, yes.
For y'all who don't understand, Don't Drink While Driving, it's going to be on my TikTok. So y'all go check that out at the same name, you get what I'm saying, at the King Deshaun.
Yeah.
The E is a 3. But basically, Don't Drink While Driving is we play Mario Kart. So we got the Switch. You can use the Wii or the Switch. It's
You gonna
best.
tell them everything right now, or you gonna kind of wait?
Now I'm gonna drop it because it's like at least I got proof to say I did this first.
Yeah, okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So where it came from first was me. Now mind you, we played this a year ago, and I played this a couple years ago. I got video of me playing this with Daquan and Kendall. Then I did it with you and Tay and them. Now we did it again. You know what I'm saying?
You brought it up, man. This is yeah, bro. It's super fun.
So basically, you get you a nice little solo cup, right? You pour a shot inside that, and then you got your mixer. You know what I'm saying? You fill it to the mark that everybody agreed to.
Correct.
And the whole point of the game is you gotta basically you can't drink and drive at the same time. Obviously, the game is called Don't Drink While Driving. But basically, what you do, I'm not gonna tell you how I play, because I'm not gonna give up my strategy or skill. You know what I'm saying? Just know it's all about strategizing, basically what it is. So look, these aluminum solo cups types, you can we can reuse them. So basically, like a whole shot come up like about right here, then you'll fill it like either halfway here to this mark or go here. You never fill it to the top. That's a lot to drink. But if you can feel it like this,
Y'all hear that, right?
You feel it like this. The name of the game is you got to kill a cup before you finish the line. If you don't kill the cup, if you still got juice or whatever inside your cup and you finish the line, you got to take a shot. And you can only play 4 at a time, so the last 2 got to take a shot regardless.
Yeah.
So everybody drinking, but it's like that, bro. Y'all go check out the video. It's like that.
It's gonna be something that you realize who was cheating, quote unquote.
Everybody always say
wink,
motherfuckers be cheating because they don't be winning. But anywho, you know.
He ain't gonna tell you I won a couple times though. You know,
See, nah, I'll tell you won.
I'm a big dude.
Anyways, so yeah, we did that, you know what I'm saying? And it was fun. We're gonna do it again. So do you got any new how you feeling? Do you got anything that you wanna say?
Nah, besides no, not really. I just enjoyed it. Like I could say, I compliment on piggyback off what you were saying on no drink while driving. It started out slow, but then everything started picking up. Everybody started getting the rules of it, and then the energy start just accumulating. And it don't really take a lot of people. You just get your solid group of people, or you get your people that know how to have a good time. Sometimes you ain't gotta always go out to find something to do. You know, you can find good game, and you know, just get a good group of friends and have the time with your friends, man. And you save more money, really. Save more money. You ain't gotta worry about driving nowhere. You ain't gotta worry about parking nowhere.
Yeah,
you're in the house with it. So
I like to kind of look at it like adult fun, but still having that child like
mentality almost.
Yeah, because it's like you still want to show and be young.
Yeah,
but you want to be smart. So if we can save money, let's save money versus fine parking, drinking, buying $10 worth of a shot
just to go somewhere and stand around.
Yeah, like, bro, and the way people dance nowadays is not the same like how it used to be.
Yeah.
So it's not like you going there dancing with a girl, and the next thing you know, it is what it is. Now you got a little bit of twerking every now and then, but it ain't like how it used to be. So I'd rather stay home.
Yeah, it ain't really necessarily guaranteed on what you doing there, like. Because at the end of the day, just because somebody dance on you and somebody give you that flirtatious type of energy,
don't
mean they really vibing with you. They just passing time like you. They don't know what you on. So, and we see a lot of people be at the bar standing on the wall, and then when female try to leave, they be like, "Hey, what you got going on? What you finna do?" Like, bro, it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. What you mean you finna do?
Go to sleep. You got talking about going to Waffle House and all that stuff, bro. Right, take care of your body, bro.
I eat and take a nap before I go out. I'm at that age. I'm at that age now. So, and my people know. And then some people, how it's set up now, they go party. They do day parties.
Yeah, I'd rather be a day party type of guy.
2 to about 6 o'clock, they lit. By 7 o'clock, they laying down.
Done with it.
They didn't watch the movie, got prepared for work.
Done with
meal
it.
prep. Up out of there. So, yeah. Unless it's something that we properly plan for, and we already talk about, like, ain't no need of us still kind of doing petty little parties, tit for tat stuff here. It's like we planning for big things and actually having stuff organized right so you can have the right fun where you know what you got. Everything is structured. We always talk about having an itinerary, knowing what we want to do. And I low-key feel like, I used to be like, itinerary, who follow those? But now I'm like, I understand. It gives you somewhat similar of a guidance of what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. So then you still have that time of leisure on your own free little time, but you still get to do so much things on the way. So
for sure. So yeah, bro. Is it while we at the beginning of the show before we dive deep into this conversation, because this is about to be a good conversation. What's one goal or thing that you focus on for 2022?
One goal I focus on is, I think, controlling, I guess, awareness. A lot of people don't know that anxiety is real. Like, people can really be walking around having an anxiety attack and not knowing it. Feeling like they moving 100 miles an hour. And so one of my aunties, she was talking to me about it because she's a psychiatrist. And what she was saying with that, she be talking to some of her patients or therapists. She's a therapist, but she was talking to some of her people that come to her, and she was just saying a lot of people have, like, anxiety going on, and they feel like the faster they get stuff done, that they thinking they're solving the problem, when really they're making themselves speed up even more. And I think being aware of anxiety, knowing that it's real, learning how to just sometimes sit down and be still, and low key, it helps. You get to kind of visualize some things and kind of make stuff, see what's important and what's not. So I think that is just learning, like, I could too go through anxiety, because I used to think people say I got anxiety, and I'm like, what's that? Like, you can't have no anxiety, but then you realize you can go through it. You're like, oh shit, like, and it hits and impacts people differently. So that's one thing I've been working on. That's the most important thing, just understanding that. What about you? I know you.
For me, it's just more so focus on saying less than necessary, and also moving in silence. Kind of like they both dance together, like brothers and sisters type thing. I think going off of what we said, like in a pre-show, I think there's a such thing. You have to have the balance of both.
Correct.
You can't be too quiet all the time, because then people can seem as if they can run over you. But you can't come off as too out loud, because then it seems like you cocky, or like you perfect, or like you know everything. You get what I'm saying?
Like your shit don't stink.
Yeah, like you basically. So for me, I'm just trying to find the balance of both, So what I started practicing to be able to do this is work out, but put other people's voices on the workout. So I'm still being active, but it's not me talking. I prefer to get the talking out on the pod versus me actually, because you know I used to walk on the say how I feel, or I post a video about certain things, but I'm like, you know, this 2022 is all about moving in silence and showing the fruits of your labor, because you can't argue results.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? And that gives me the ability to kind of like self-govern myself. If I mess up, I can like I'm messing up like this, and I'm not putting my hiccups or my mistakes out loud because I'm not saying certain things. I'm more so just showing certain things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can easily correct. I'm not gonna say easily, but you can correct certain things based off of the results of it. So that's what I'm doing now. I like the little concept of the vlog. You was showing me about the vlog, and I kind of put my twist to it, just more so cleaning. Like, I don't really want to vlog my day, where I'm going, where I'm at type stuff. I just want to show, like, it's okay to take care of yourself. Self-mastery. Way to master yourself is control your environment. Way you control your environment is based off of how well you take care of it.
Do you think your like videography and you know is that somewhat therapeutic to you? Would you say that?
I think for me, like, people think that working out is a form of my therapy. No, that ain't it. I think seeing the fruits of my labor
It's therapeutic.
is therapeutic for me. Like, it's like growing up not getting the reinsurance. So I flipped that. Instead of getting me reinsurance from somebody else, because I'll be sitting there waiting like, am I doing a good job? Am I doing a good job? Am I doing a good job?
Yeah.
For me, it's like the videos, the photos, all of this stuff is every time I drop, that let me know I'm doing a good job. But then I always self-govern and say, it can be better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can sharpen it up. I can do this or I can do that. I can tell a story like this. I can tell a story like that. But when I drop a video, that's me kind of patting myself on the back, celebrating like I did that.
No, I feel like I did that too, having that needing that reassurance. I think we all at one point in time was looking for reassurance, some way of validation. We all go through that, even wanting to be accepted or just reassured. And because I used to want that in sports. I wanted it in sports. I wanted it in grades. I want you to know, like, I've been working, and I didn't let it you say I put the work out there, the fruits of my labor shows, and who can give you or identify that better than the person that's really doing it, that's putting that work in, that's you. And I was just like, dang, it makes sense. Like, I can see that being a therapeutic type of session, like knowing I get up early, I sacrifice for this, I got up early, I don't eat, I don't do certain things for this moment, but now you see why. All the stuff that I want you to see, you can't nobody else paint this picture because I'm showing you.
Yeah. Well, I was having a conversation with my older cousin because my younger cousin passed away. You know what I'm saying? And he was basically like, man, your creativity is crazy. Well, I know creativity comes from imagination. The only way you can imagine is if you be still.
Right.
So, you know, as an adult, you still want to have that childlike imagination. So for me, imagination leads to no limitation.
It's endless.
Because you can be whatever you want to be if you imagine it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I told him when we was having this conversation, I said, I want to tell my own story. I'm not waiting for nobody to tell my story. Like, you see all these autobiographies and auto books about that individual after they pass.
Correct.
I can hand me my own flowers. I know who I am, and I know what I stand on.
Shit,
like,
them ain't even autobiographies, them biographies.
Yeah, basically, correcting me. Basically, I just want to be able to create my own story.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
It's real. It's everything gonna be true.
Hell yeah. Like, everything that I know, like how Nip said, I'm looking at the gift horse right in the face. But how can... He also said, how can a genius who don't have no outlet would go insane? Well, I create my own outlet. I believe I'm a genius. I create my own outlet. There's no limitations to what I can create. So it's like, if I want to do a pod, I'm gonna do a pod. If I want it to be good quality, I'm gonna go out there and go research how to get good quality, good cameras, you know what I'm saying, good lighting, good mics, do all this stuff, because this is what I want to do. Whether or not it's successful or not, I still did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want to shoot videos and post them on a fitness video and post them on Instagram.
Right.
I did it. I wanted to start my own company as far as in clothing. I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
I did it to satisfy me, to be able to prove that I can do whatever I want to do as long as I put my mind into it.
For sure.
So that's what that's really about. So I would say that part is the therapeutic part. It's posting, proving myself that I can
that
do.
You can do it and get it done.
You
making you practicing your affirmations, and it's getting stronger. It's getting super stronger. It's inspirational seeing it, because I get to watch it. And I think I was telling you in the room, we always sit down and talk and have one-on-one talks. Mm-hmm. But I be telling them, like, you got to have somebody in your team or in your circle. Sometime big bro ain't going to have the mojo going, the energy that he's carrying on, leading the vision. And it might change. It might revolve, and it might come back to me. But being able to, I'm in the rut right now. My creativity not there, so let me follow suit. Being able to see somebody that's got that clear vision, and being able to stick that way and be supportive. And then once your turn come back up, it's gonna balance. Being able to sharpen each other, and that right there, like, I just watch your work ethic. Like, a lot of times I don't even need to ask you what you're doing, because I know you're working. But it just inspired me a lot, because I was like, bro, I can't write. I'm trying to write my music. I can't write my music. He was like, you're going to go through that. Mm-hmm. But what you got to do is sit down. And what I will notice, when I just focused in and stared in on certain things, it just came to me. So it makes sense, bro. It's not going to be built over time. And we always say this, like, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, practice makes perfect.
It practice make you better. You know what I'm saying? It's practice make progress.
Yeah, like, that's what it is. Not perfect progress.
Yeah, you working on a progress. You getting better and better and better and better. And your only competition is self. Like, to compete is to destroy, but to create is to build. So, you know, only time I'm trying to compete with somebody is if I'm gonna practice the 48 laws of power. Destroy my enemy, annihilate them.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna destroy you. You gonna know if I don't like you, bro. You gonna know it. Like, it ain't gonna be no.
Before I start attacking the enemy on the outside, I have to start attacking the enemy within, like African proverb.
Yeah, nah, I agree with that.
And so that's on my journey, because what I will say is, even though we so much alike, we got similars, like the doppelganger universe type of effect. We still on different paths, but we still on the same journey of, you know what I'm saying, what we trying to get done. And that's to become a better individual, you know, and to build this empire for our families, and, you know, for our legacy that you want to leave behind. But what I will say is that the path that I've been on, and the path, like you said, I said anxiety, it's the being able to control myself and being able to understand what I'm going through and I told him before, we was like learning how to ride the high and the lows of the waves that we come in, because some days you're going to be up and some days you're going to be down, and just being able to control yourself. So I've been still working on that, and it's getting better, learning, sitting still, and don't sit in it though, but sitting still as far as observing and having clarity. You know, sitting down, people think we talking about just sit there. No, like being able to assess it.
Yeah, with no distractions, no interruptions, no things poisoning your passion. You know what I'm saying? Social media takes away creativity, because you looking at other people's,
watching other people's success,
and then that stop you from actually being creative, because now you trying to copy or mimic what they got going on, and that's not yours. It's somebody else's idea. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place. Like, if something's trending, you can hop on the trend, just give it your mix or your style.
And it can be inspirational in a way of, like, makes you see something different. You be like, oh, I ain't try that, and you can
it put fuel to your fire, but it don't ignite your. It's not that started your fire.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
With that being said, bro, that was a good, nice little beginning, little shit.
That's another thing that they know about Big Dude, because he revealed some things to y'all that he usually don't say. He usually don't talk about just on camera and stuff like that. But
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't kind of blew it for some people, but you know,
that's true.
Just learning, and you do. I can honestly say you have been giving you that reassurance that you have been working hella hard, that your work ethic is unmatchable when it comes to certain things. Does we still have improvement of certain things? Yes, Big Dude love to eat. But what I will say, Big Dude gets shit done when Big Dude say he gonna do it. So
yeah, for sure, bro. And that's the same thing. Like I'll say like this, like when it comes to self-govern, like being on time, that's one thing I'm working on too. Hitting due dates, that's another thing I'm working on too. If you pay attention to the pattern, what I'm saying, they both connected. Timing, that's one area I gotta get better at. Dropping these episodes on time, that's one thing I gotta get better at. You feel what I'm saying? I self-govern in a way where it's like, okay, let's pay attention. How can I be better? Timing, properly scheduling. You know what I'm saying? Staying true to the script. You feel me? So I don't want you to think that, you know, he's giving me my kudos and the things that I do very well. However, I also am aware of the fact that there's room to grow. You feel me? So with that being said, we about to hit this intermission real quick, and we're gonna come right back, and then we're gonna get into this real conversation.
Let's take a ride down memory lane. For all the pain, let the champagne rain. Through these eyes, I done seen a whole lot. Stood solid 10 toes, never sold out. Ain't no love in this game, shit is grimy. My mistakes from the past is behind me. I got it out the mud, now I'm shining. First class in the clouds, you can find me.
Welcome back from the break. As Big Dude was telling you, I ain't calling that Big Dude no more. Deshaun was telling you.
Yeah, go ahead and call me Deshaun, bro. I prefer you to call me Deshaun anyway, bro.
Deshaun was telling you. But like I said, I always give the kudos of the good things because I learn. I'm one of those people on your team that when I see you win, I get happier than you because I'm not a hater. I love to congratulate my people, but I will get on to you and I will let you know when it's something I don't agree with just to keep you sharp. But I am a big supporter. It's not a lot of people that's going to go harder for your success than you are. And I say that's what I know I bring to the table of anybody. Like, if you win, you can get $100. I'm finna say, yeah, like, let's go, because a lot of people don't congratulate a lot of people, man. Like, you want to have people like that around.
Live in a competitive world, don't understand where that competition or destructive mindset came from.
And that's it's toxic. And for myself, like I said, learning no enemy within, is nobody on the outside that can harm me. So if I can be an asset to my team and be an asset to, relationships, to jits and anybody that looks up to me, I know I'm doing my part, and that energy is gonna be restored, and that's what I'm looking for back for. What I'll be working on soon is a couple businesses of myself learning how to be more business-like and being more being able to use my energy into timely things and getting some labor back, like getting some fruits of my labor back into things. I've been working a lot more on my speaking and being able to deliver. And then I've been reading. I know I told you I do audio, man, read. So just being able to adapt. You want to be adaptable, and you do want to have the ability to be a chameleon at all times. So,
all right. So, with that being said, bro, we're going to kind of go into our main topic, which is probably why you here, because you saw the title of the show, you feel me? Timestamps are below, just in case you want to skip through, come back, start over, you get what I'm saying?
Just
it's
to
there.
Keep you where you at, where you know your placement.
If you're listening to this on the audio, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and rate the show. Go ahead and like this show before we get into this. Go ahead and hit it before we get into this because we about to get into this heavy. You feel what I'm saying? And I kind of like how you went about it. I kind of want to key on the quote that you said. You know what I'm saying? If there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. We going to stay there. And we're going to keep using that as an example of what we about to talk about.
Okay.
And the main subject of what we're talking about is, are men bullying or leading women into submission today? You feel me? So, and with that being said, I kind of want to play this video for y'all. Y'all just going to hear the audio because I don't want no copyrights or nothing like that. But I want to play this video for y'all. And y'all probably heard this plenty of times. We're going to play it out. And then I'm going to pause and we're going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, bro. Let's go.
But main subject, are men bullying or leading women into submission? You feel me? So I'm going to play this out loud.
Every bill in this house, right? And I fix everything in this house because I'm an electrician. What are you bringing to the table as a woman? What do you realistically do other than have sex? Every lady here, I want to know, what are you bringing to the table for the man that takes care of you?
Here we go. And take notes. So what I do is I make that house that you pay for, that you pay that mortgage for, I make it at home. I cook the meals. I'm washing clothes.
That's $100 a week.
Don't play with me.
I can get it made.
No. You see that's where you're going wrong. It costs more than $100 a week to have somebody cook for you, to have somebody clean up after you. Because a lot of times you men become our children. All right, we dress y'all, we pick out y'all clothes, we cook for y'all.
The men complain that it started off that way, but then they start slacking. They don't do what they don't keep up with that same type of energy, but they expect the man to keep that same energy or continue on providing in that aspect. So I'm hearing the complaints. So you can speak for yourself, but a lot of women say, I don't want to cook.
Let's backtrack. I make a house a home.
Okay.
All the furniture you get to come home and lay up on, I pick that shit out.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When the paper towels go away in the bathroom, you know who goes to the store to get them? You know who gets on Amazon to get that? All the shit that you don't even think about that makes your life easier, I do that. You understand?
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, right? Everything that you're telling me can be bought. Guess what? I can have an assistant order me paper towels and toilet paper and groceries on Amazon. Actually, I get Whole Foods delivered to my house weekly. It's a subscription. I get meal preps every week. My meal preps is $120 and I get 3 meals a day. I make myself my own breakfast. That's 4 square meals. I have another cleaning lady. She charges me $100 a week to come clean. You are only saving me $600. What are you bringing outside? Listen, if you ask a man, what is he bringing to the table? I'm bringing a house to the table.
That I can also pay for myself.
Okay, but you're not.
But I can.
But you're not.
But I can.
But you're not. And you're not willing to.
I am willing to. I was taking care of myself before I was married.
And then you got married and stopped taking care of yourself.
I have multiple mortgages. I still take care of shit. That's the thing.
Listen, I'm not saying you can't make money. What I'm saying is what you're bringing to this table is a service that can be paid for versus what a man has to bring to the table for your life. You can't buy somebody to buy you a home. I could buy somebody to cook and clean for my house. I can't buy a person to come give me a house, give me a car, take care of me, and make sure all my bills are in the house.
But I can still do that. That's what
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm saying that you're not.
I'm gonna interject here. Can I do that?
So I played that whole thing. It was like 2 minutes, but the video is real long. Shout out to 8 Table Talk. I think that's what it's called. 8 at the table or something like that, or 8 Table Talk. If I butcher the name, I do apologize because I'm not trying to offend anybody or disrespect anybody's channel. So with that being said, how do you feel about what you just heard in that video? I want you to identify what you heard because when I dissect it, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to dissect it.
I do understand what the man was saying as far as and what he provides and what he could get, and him saying he's an electrician, buying his home, he could have somebody come in as far as taking care of the things that he don't want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
Of that. As far as in the woman, she said she turns her house into a home. I agree what the woman can turn a house into a home and what she can bring to a table as far as she can, what she said she's willing to do. I don't think it's kind of hard for her to just speak for majority women, though. And the same thing for him, because a lot of men are not doing what he is doing as far as what he said he's bringing to the table. I don't agree with, I guess, like you overly like trying to put everybody in the same category, though. That's what I don't agree with. I don't think
it's not a one size fits all.
Yeah, it's not a one set. It's not that. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't think it's really more masculine though, of just the tone of it, like, you know, the delivery of it. Now it's like, if you know what you're saying is valid, you know what you're saying is correct, and you don't really have to raise your voice about it. You know, you don't really have to argue with nobody about something. You just gonna state your facts and let it be done and said with. You know, I'm here to tell you what I believe is right, my opinionated, my side, which I believe I'm making my opinion on. But again, once I say my truth to it, you understand, we can agree to disagree. But just because what I bring to it don't necessarily mean every man at this table gonna bring to it. What you can do at a house at the age that you are at, I can't do because of my age level, depending on what we got bringing.
Right.
So, you know, it depends on the person. I don't feel like people should just follow this trend though of pointing the finger all the time. I don't, because everybody else can bring something at a different point in time. You just don't want to fall victim to that.
Yeah.
So that's what I seen. I probably went off a little wing with it, but I just don't feel like that. I don't.
Nah, bro. That's what you saw. That's what you saw. You know what I'm saying? The link in the description will be down below for y'all to be able to watch that entire video, and also the link to their channel. You know what I'm saying? So this is personally what I saw based off of me dissecting it. What he was saying in some points, key points, was valid. As far as in a guy being able to buy a house, you know what I'm saying? He can do all of those things, even the idea of, you know, getting a maid and doing all of that type of stuff and meal prepping and stuff like that, valid.
Mm-hmm.
However, she's just as valid as he is.
Correct.
Because a woman do turn a home into a housewife. Turn a home into a house. Turn a house into a home. Yeah, excuse me, I got distracted by this ambulance. She's absolutely right. If you bring her food, she create a meal. You know what I'm saying? They both were technically valid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't believe right and wrong.
See?
So they both were valid. They both were not right or wrong. It was just more so about how they personally go about it. I think the issue is the poor communication skills that they were showing. Yeah, they was displaying poor communication skills because they weren't trying to come to an agreement. It was more so, or a level of understanding. Mm-hmm. It was more so, this is how I feel. This is what it is. And if it ain't this, then this is trash. You know what I'm saying?
And the key word you said was feel.
Yeah. This is, what does a woman bring to the table besides vagina? Well, she proved what a woman does. What a woman bring to the table besides vagina. But you don't like the answer. So you say, well, I can go do all of that. She can flip the scenario like how she did flip the scenario and say, well, I can go buy a house. But then when she flipped the scenario, he didn't like the answer. But you won't, though. She like, but I just said I will.
I did. I have been taking care of myself.
Their conversation turns into a tit for tat type of conversation, which that's poor communication skills. And when you see these platforms of people having these conversations, They're having conversation with people who don't know how to actively communicate, actively listen, and also understand. Have a conversation to understand and come up with a solution.
You're listening to respond instead of listening to understand.
Basically. So what they display, I disagree with. I'm not saying that they wrong.
I agree 100%.
I just disagree with the method that they're doing because it's destructive.
Yep. And it's dividing.
It's a divide mechanism. So this is how I always say this. And you know me, I like to refer y'all to books. If you want to challenge in what I'm saying, I refer you to the source of where I get everything from. So you can go basically read it for yourself.
Correct.
We don't realize that we are destroying each other with this divisive type mindset. Battle of the sexes, male versus female, femininity versus masculinity, and truly don't understand what femininity is and masculinity is. You know what I'm saying? These two things are not what we think that they are.
Yeah.
They're just purely energy. So when people have these conversations, they try to mix up gender roles with masculine energy, feminine energy, and they mix that with testosterone and estrogen.
Nah, man.
What was you about to say?
You know, when you said it in my head, I keep getting this thing of the Little Rascals when they was like the He-Man Woman Hater Club and
oh yeah.
the Little Rascals, bro.
Yeah, that's basically what
we acting like we saying, oh, they got the cooties all over again,
basically.
Like, and now we grown and now we arguing about things that you should want to do to be feeling manly. I thought that was one of your duties. You felt like to be a man. I'm providing this. I'm bringing this. You cook. You listen. You make me feel good. I thought that was something that we wanted, and not to cut you off because you was on a good road.
Good.
But when I'm hearing all this, I'm this. I'm that. I'm this. I bring this. I bring that. I'm just like, bro, like, what the fuck do you want? Like, does that make you feel good? What you're bringing to the table? Like, because at the end of the day, what are you doing this for? Are you doing this for validation for other people, or are you doing this for your own?
Right. Are you doing this for entertainment? And you gotta understand that you are responsible for the information that you do put out. Keyword. Let's break this down. Let's do the etymology of the word entertainment. Enter. You're literally going into something. So to enter is to go into something. Tame is to hold on to something. You know what I'm saying?
Restrain.
Yes, basically. Everything is detained. You get what I'm saying? Restrain, entertain. You know what I'm saying? That word tame is to hold on. So you got something you literally holding on into you. Now, mind you, it's called Undefeated Mindz. So we talk about education over here. It's not just a dumb, ignorant
Is
mindset.
This camera on? Use your common sense.
Yeah. Common sense ain't common. It's just called sense.
This is what R. Kelly said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
man. But let's get undefeated. Come on.
Elevated innovation over ignorance. You know what I'm saying? You got to be responsible about how you put certain things out because of how it impact the community. Ultimately, you are affecting what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? A part of all of us are guilty by association. And if you don't hold these people accountable who are guilty, then obviously, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers gonna sit around and be like, well, that's not what I meant. Well, the road to hell was paved with good intentions. So at the end of the day, if I'm not holding you accountable for what you're saying, especially as a man, then who am I? What principle do I stand on?
You don't have no principle.
You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, it's kind of like, I see a lot of men are actually bullying women into submission. They're
trying
not leading.
It's a lot of men that is.
They trying.
And then, I'm going to let you finish, bro.
They trying, but it's kind of like they are, but women, again, multiply what you give them. So you trying to
give them shit,
force these women into submission when they trying to force you to be a man. You know what I'm saying? But they argue better than us. What you give them, okay, I give you one. Then you know, a woman will give you two. Two heads is better than one. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but shit, she give you bull.
No, you give her bull, she give you shit. Like at the end of the day, like you gotta understand. You get what I'm saying? Feminine, masculine, and feminine energy. I'm not talking about gender. Yeah. I'm just talking about the energy. So here, I'm gonna take it off of gender and I'm gonna keep it on energy. Listen. Your conscious mind is masculine. Your subconscious mind is feminine. Your conscious mind gives your subconscious mind a seed, meaning the thought is the seed. Your subconscious mind takes that, and next thing you know, it multiplies what it give you. So when you sit here having these certain thoughts, whether that's negative or positive, I ain't got shit to do with right or wrong. If you give it a negative thought, that subconscious mind, it goes to that subconscious mind, it multiply. So next thing you know, you start to see negative, move negative, be negative. Now your destiny is negative. You get what I'm saying? If you give it a positive thought, you start to see positive. You move positive. Next thing you know, you attract positive. Now your destiny is positive. That's just subconsciously masculine energy, feminine energy. We can say the same thing about the world, the universe. You get what I'm saying? What you put out, the universe give back. You feel what I'm saying? Mother Nature. What the sun gives, you get what I'm saying? Seeds go into the soil. We get plants. You get what I'm saying? Men. If you're moving off of masculine energy, what you give to a woman, she multiplies that. So if we got a whole bunch of women out here that's moving a specific way, you get what I'm saying? Why is that? It goes back into the idea of we got all of these guys who are now creating podcasts and platforms arguing with women moving off of feminine energy. Don't you think that she gonna give you double your argument? She's going to double that. Play the game, dog. Understand the rules to the game. How you lead is you give her what she's supposed to give. What she's supposed to do is the next you know she'll submit. A man is supposed to be able to submit. You know what I'm saying? We had this conversation with Angel, and she brought up a valid point because I asked her specifically, hey, do you think men are bullying or leading women into submission? And she was like, well, you got to understand what submission is. Submission is to yield. A lot of men don't know how to yield because they ain't got nothing to yield to. They believe that they are the superior being, when in all actuality they're supposed to yield to a God, the Most High. You know what I'm saying? A guy who can yield to the Most High can teach a woman how to yield to him. A lot of men are out here don't know how to yield. They don't know how to yield to authority because they don't respect authority. You get what I'm saying? They don't respect the divine. So since you don't know how to respect that, you're not going to know how to yield.
It's the same thing with structure. If you can't follow structure, how you supposed to be able to
give structure?
Give it or request it. Because you don't even know what structure look like. You don't listen to nobody, so why you want somebody to listen to you? How you going to teach somebody how to listen?
Basically.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. But let me play devil's advocate now.
Okay, come on. Before you get into that, we're going to hit this intermission real quick.
Okay.
Because I want y'all to ponder on what I said.
Yeah.
We're going to hit this intermission real quick. We're going to come back. We're going to check these cameras. And you know what I'm saying? I do want you to play devil's advocate because it's called Undefeated Mindz. Let's get undefeated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Yeah. Young gunner got it out the trenches. Closed doors, I'd have knocked them off the hinges. Welcome to the life of a hustler. Welcome to the life of a hustler. Coke white Wraith at the penthouse. Trying to stop mine, word getting sent out. Welcome to the life of a hustler. Welcome to the life of a hustler.
So we are back. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all enjoyed that intermission. So yeah, you want to play devil's advocate to what I just said.
Yep.
Let's get it.
So the reason why I'm going to play it is because we got to also speak for the men that it's going to be like, no, I do know this. And you know, they're going to try to say all this other stuff.
Right.
You were saying of giving it to a woman that is going to, it's a lot of women that complain, you know, being on this feminine energy type of stuff, saying men ain't shit. all this other stuff. Even if you're giving her the right thing for her to submit, but she just stuck in her ways. So what I supposed to do for that? Like, if I'm still giving her this and she not submitting, if I'm leading her down this right path, but she still, I'm not shit. They son, like I'm doing everything she asking. She taking what I'm giving her, and she running over me with it. Like, I'm trying to lead her and trying to show her I care. I'm willing to do all this shit, but she's still not. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do?
Well, number one answer is you can't turn a hoe into a fucking housewife. So why is you sitting here debating or arguing with women who clearly showing you signs that she don't want to fucking lead? The issue is you want to move off of feminine energy and you want to try to change somebody who are stuck in their ways. I'm not here to change you. Okay. You gonna get on my path, and it is what it is. But now this is the part where the guys be like, see, that's what I'm talking about. She gonna get on my path. Listen,
I'm gonna make sure. Like, that's what I'm saying.
But if you on your job, you on your purpose, and you understand the difference between being assertive versus being aggressive.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Asserting yourself is saying, hey, this is what it is, and I have things to back up what it is.
Correct.
A lot of guys simply, in today's time period, like Earl Nightingale said, the 30-day strategy, and the issue with men today is they simply don't think. If you don't think, that means you don't work. If you don't work, that means the fruit that you bear is trash. So how can a woman trust you if the fruit that you bear is trash? As a man, I don't give a fuck about what the woman do. I'm not no woman. I'm not arguing with no woman. I care about getting on you, basically saying, dog, your fruit is rotten.
You fucking up.
You fucking up. Now, here's the catch to that. Here's the 180 to that. Because this is the part where a lot of guys is getting fucked up. You remember how we talked about the sauce? Yeah. How we talked about, Fresh and Fit, where they talk about being 1%ers and making all of this money and doing all of this shit. Dog, the sauce is one of them things where, you get what I'm saying, you could develop it. Love don't cost a thing type shit. We live in the love don't cost a thing era right now.
Put that shit on, you a whole nother nigga.
You a whole nother guy.
Stop saying nigga, but
you went from basically from shit to fit. You went from nothing to something.
Rags,
you know what I'm
to
saying?
riches.
Rags to riches. But that didn't change your character. That didn't change who you were. That's where the personal development, self-mastery come into play. You know what I'm saying? Self-love. Within self-mastery, you have to be self-aware to be able to identify all of these things so you can become what? A superior man.
And it goes back into what you're saying. We're saying this whole thing is about knowing what's in.
If there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. So if I know how to lead within myself, if I know self-love within myself, if I know structure within myself, I can look at somebody, especially a woman, and be like, dog, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, because then you also gonna be able to tell the difference between salt and sugar. Taste that mug.
But a lot of guys, what they trying to do is flip the scenario, manipulate the scenario, and make it seem as if these guys should, since it's the first date, if she not dropping them draws, you know what I'm saying? Fuck her. Dog. A lot of women can flip the scenario on you and say, since you not doing this, fuck you. Since you not like this, fuck you.
That's true. And I mean, because how you looking at it about is, I make this amount of money. I'm boasting and bragging and telling all these people you trying to find a wife through the wrong fucking way.
Just because
way. Like,
yeah,
I'm out here and I'm gonna walk up to a random woman that I don't know and say, I made 6 figures. I buy this. I buy that. What the fuck you do for me?
Now drop them draws.
What do you bring to the table?
She can look at you and say, bitch, back up. And that's you flinch.
Right.
Or she pull out a gun on you. You tuck your tail like a female. Another man approach your girl, you don't want to approach him because you don't know how to deal with conflict.
Right.
As a man, there's a difference between a man and a warrior. You get what I'm saying?
Correct.
Warriors eat with their hands. I deal with conflict head on. As a superior man, you know how to be able to handle conflict. In today's time period, men don't know how to handle conflict. So they like to argue and debate. That's what women do. But if you want to step out in this room real quick and we can see who come out first, that's conflict.
That's they not ready for that because a lot of people not ready to get their hands dirty.
And on top of that, the Art of War by I don't know how to properly pronounce his name, Yutz. But the whole point of the book is to prevent a war. A real warrior know how to prevent a war, but when a war comes, he embraces it.
But see, the lot of thing about this is it's all fucking materialistic things. You know what I'm saying?
That's the manipulation behind it.
The manipulation behind it because we all talking about material things. Okay, if I bring all this, I bring all that. That don't mean that you love nobody. That don't mean that you got this substance behind it because, again, how many people we know that get in relationships and then they get this stuff and they, quote unquote, to everybody else, they got it, but then they get a divorce. They ain't happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not, it's no validation. Like, it's nothing. They have no chemistry. You're doing this for what reason? I know it's a transaction, a business transaction or whatever, how people look at certain things.
Right.
But to me, are we basing what's good for me off material things?
Yep.
Are we going off with the Joneses? Are we trying to see what social media is going to classify as me being well? Because, you know, just because you want to be the 1%er in the six figure range, and this is what you have because your fruits of your labor shows that what you want.
Right.
So you require a certain type of woman.
Right.
But I think a lot of men that are looking at this platform and seeing these guys are saying that, basically piggybacking what you were saying, oh, well, I bring this, I bring that. You should be doing this for me. And not even on that work ethic time. Don't even have that nothing to display for that.
The fruits of, I think I get exactly what you're saying, and I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? And they not wrong for feeling the way you feel. Your outcome just gonna be trash. But I feel as if all of this will stem from the misunderstanding of Kevin Samuels and the work that he does. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't go back into his history and how he tried to develop men, he did 3 years trying to work on men, having personal development of men, attacking men, saying, you know, the difference between if your dick is big or if it's little. And you know, why would a woman want to settle with a guy who only making $20K? You can't do nothing. $30K, you can't do anything. What you need to do is go out here and go work 60 plus hours and don't bring your ass back home. Like, a lot of guys are not taking that part in consideration.
Correct.
But then when they see him double down on women because now it's the woman's turn, they like, oh, so now I found tactics to be able to argue with a woman. Now I found statistics to be able to argue with a woman. Now I found the ways that to make a woman shut the fuck up. Basically, these what are you bringing to the table conversations. Women used to say that, dog. Women used to say that to challenge a man to drop your nuts, man up. But now you sitting there doing the same thing that a woman do to a woman. Dog, you moving on feminine energy, bro. You moving like a woman.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I said, like I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing. Like, it's either two things we could do with this. We can communicate, get some understanding, and solve this problem, or we could just stop and move on.
It's, to me, like how I personally would handle a lot of these conversations that they be having. If you feel what I'm saying, I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to pay attention to your words that you choose to use. And I'm going to identify the problem. Right. And then I'm going to come up with a solution to solve the problem. And if I practice emotional intelligence, being able to pay attention to your body language, pay attention to if you're open-minded to receive the knowledge that I'm giving you. Right. Because if you're not, then the conversation is dead.
We wasting my time.
But if you open-minded, and if I open the conversation with, is this a venting situation or is this a solution situation? Are we having this conversation for it to be solution-oriented, or are we trying to debate to prove a point?
And I feel that.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm coming out with clarity. I'm identifying what we focusing on.
Right.
What we not about to do is keep veering off based off how you feel.
That's practicing. For instance, people that don't understand when he was saying assertiveness, this is what it is. The example of assertiveness. I just said I'm trying to, if we get an understanding, properly communicating. Yeah. When I say that, we're saying the same thing, but he just went into detail about it. Of assertiveness, Because again, if they're not leading off of respect, because you're not gonna raise your voice at a woman.
Yeah, no.
I'm not finna raise my voice. I'm not finna stand over you, hover you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what I say. I'm gonna mean what I say, and that's it.
Yeah, again, I personally hold men more accountable than I do women, because at the end of the day, you are the man who is supposed to lead this situation. So what she do is based off what you do. Same way how your children is a representation of how you are and how you raise them. So when you go around here calling your children, all these children bad as fuck, that's because you a badass parent and you don't know how to basically handle and manage your children.
You don't know how to raise your
children. So when it comes to men, y'all dog, you don't know how to lead a woman. So then she act out of line. She giving you basically what you give her. It's a reflection. It's a mirror, bro. Now I'm not saying that it's women out here that's not fucked up. It's a whole bunch of women out here fucked up. But what I'm saying is you need to be able to identify the ones that's fucked up versus the ones that's not fucked up. And the ones that's not fucked up, stop treating them like they are fucked up. And the ones who fucked up, leave them alone. Stop trying to turn these hoes into these housewives. Stop trying to entertain or glorify what hoes do, bruh. Like that, I think that's the biggest issue that we having. Like, for example, Fresh and Fit. I can glorify these dudes because they created a platform and they're starting for these guys who are looking for this type of stuff. But the issue is you got women on there that's dumb as rock and they hoes. You trying to have a wife conversation with hoes. You trying to have girlfriend conversation with hoes. Why are you trying to turn these hoes into girlfriends or wives? They're
two different caliber women.
Yeah, bro.
That goes again the hierarchies of what we talking about.
So I'm gonna use the example as a man. Sorry to cut you off, but I'm gonna use the example as what men do. Michael Jordan do not put himself in the same category as every other basketball player. Nope. Kobe Bryant do not put himself in the same category as every basketball player. Shaq does not put himself in the same category as every fucking basketball player. Tom Brady does not put himself in the same category as every quarterback. There's a difference. We do live in a hierarchy. There's only one queen on the chessboard. You feel what I'm saying?
We can use this as jobs, because the CEO, just because they're the CEO and they're not working hard labor like everybody else, I guarantee you they work more hours than the people that work.
Yeah, like just because you don't see it.
Just because you don't see it don't mean they not working.
Right.
The people that is making the money that you saying are putting in overtime. They getting there early, leaving later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Strategizing, listening, understanding, strategically planning. Like, I'm just, people with, like you said, them 60 hours, like Kevin Samuel just said 60 hours because that's low key the bare minimum now if you're trying to make a decent living. And I hate saying it, like, yeah, I don't want to work all these hours, I don't want to work these hours. I had to tell myself that. I'm gonna use myself as an example. I was like, man, my pride, I was letting my pride get to me. Being real with myself. Because a lot of times I'm like, man, I'm better than this, man, fuck all that. Like, you can tell yourself that lie you want to and be hurting when your bank account hurt. Go get your ass up and go work, bro.
Stop being lazy.
Like, stop being lazy. And then the reality of it is, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Like, some men, we do try to keep up with this criteria, this standard, and certain things like that, but you ain't putting the work in. You're not understanding properly, like, what it really takes to be a boss. Like, you don't, but then you want somebody to listen.
Yeah, you want to portray it as a leader. You want to basically, it's fabricated.
It is, and
you plastic.
And when it finally, that heat get applied and that pressure get applied,
you shatter.
You shatter because you ain't even been welded. You ain't even been properly treated. Then I guarantee you do all this stuff right on your end. If you talking to a woman that ain't really worth your time, within the first 5-10 minutes, you're going to be able to tell how she carrying herself.
What type time she on. And then go back into the ranking that I said, like, we got our own ranking. Like, I was just explaining to my dog the other day, like, if we going to go, let's go the ghost law. We going to call it that when we go dark. When we go dark, ghost law. You feel me, gentlemen? We talking to you. You got 3 women, bro. 3 women. Number 1. That's number 1, dog. She number 1 for a reason. You got number 2. You know what I'm saying? she cool. When number one get on your nerves, you go back to number two. Yeah. But the type of information and knowledge that you give to number one and the time that you give to number one, you do not give to number two. Then you got number three, bro. Number three is a cut on, cut off type situation. You drop her ass. Hot and cold.
Exchangeable player.
When number one get on your nerves and number two not available, that's when you get a number three. The reason why I use this example is because I want it to be a well-balanced meal. You got your main, you got your entree. You got your starches, and then you got your greens. You're basically your greens. You feel what I'm saying? Your dessert,
ice cream, and everything.
Do I move off this mindset now? No, I do not. You know what I'm saying? I'm just vibing, but I'm just basically telling you, this is how the game goes. Stop going against the grain. Go with the game. The number one rule that y'all keep breaking is y'all keep trying to turn hoes into housewives. Y'all glorifying hoes indirectly.
But you're arguing, like
you debating, like, bro, what the fuck is you doing?
Like you said, the prime example you said, bro, you was like, you're not here to think for a woman. You're here to think as a man to construct men. Again, why am I finna argue with somebody that by logic and by nature you're not supposed to get everything that I'm bringing, and you know, that's another woman's job. Because again, you said women argue better. Yeah.
Let them do that.
Let them do that. Go back and forth and tit for tat. As a man, you're going to say, bro, this is what it is. This is what I see. Your results ain't showing. So obviously I'm telling you the truth.
Men, how we calculate, how we basically measure each other, how we see who's more superior of each other is by the fruits of our labor. And it used to be the strongest warriors used to get the best women. You know what I'm saying? We live in a hierarchy. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And now competition wise, as far as in not in a competitive manner, but it's more so like to develop yourself to become a greater version of yourself to keep going. A woman gonna respect you based off the fruits of your labor, bro. So it is what that's like. That's why I be having an issue with all of these manosphere conversation, these male versus female type conversations. Like,
I think I'm cool with I know it's entertainment. I know it's too toxic, putting out negative stuff. You get that. I think what I don't like is how we going about it. Like,
go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
I do understand chaos sells. Gossip and jealousy sells.
Yes, propaganda.
Propaganda sells. I think when it's now, if I'm seeing this in person, and people are taking on these false characters and really putting it on themselves, and now you're talking crazy at her. You're not talking to her. You're talking at her.
Yeah, and you're not open-minded enough to listen. You don't have the ability to keep her on the path, like, because you about to get off the path because you are emotional.
What I say is gold. Yeah. What I say is law.
That's you basically playing her game. You basically stoop down to her level when you start to get frantic and when you get out of character. If a woman can get you out of character, dog,
Darla, I hate your stinking guts. That's what I'm hearing.
Basically. And I'm not saying like we don't have emotions. I'm not saying that we don't have feelings. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is learn how to manage your emotion. What I am saying is understand the games, the rules to the game, so you don't get caught by the game. The game don't get you. You can play the game. You know what I'm saying? You're very aware of the difference between this caliber of a woman versus this caliber of a woman. You treat these caliber of women a certain way, and then you treat these caliber of women a certain way.
Let's just bring it to just we speaking for the men. A man know the type of men that he talking to when he approach him. If you walk up to the aura and energy, you can just tell about. You walk up to this guy, I guarantee you won't say certain things to a guy that you fear that you say this shit, he gonna knock your ass out.
For sure.
Or you say this, he might hurt your ass or do some shit. Or he making this type of money. You ain't finna just talk to him because you be like, oh, he know what he talking about.
For sure.
But then somebody lame that ain't on your type of time, what you going?
For sure.
I ain't fucking with them. We can just keep it up. We ain't even got to keep talking about the women. But I guarantee you, how you treat that, why you can't do the same thing when it comes to a woman?
To a woman, yeah.
You know why they can't do it? Because they ass ain't about it. And they ain't working. And they can't identify. Yep. So you stepping into a realm that you don't know about.
And so I agree with that, bro. So for me, like when Angel asked, she was like, so how do you separate the two between the two? We gonna use it as like lunch table terms. Like when we back in high school. Yep. Dog, you can't sit at this table. You can't sit at this table because the way you going about certain things, that's a coward to me.
You can't talk to me, dog.
You can't talk to me, bro. And I feel like that's how we got to get to the point to be able to encourage men to become men. Yeah. Like we can't keep sitting here saying like everybody's cool, everybody can go based off of the top 10% earner, 1% earner conversation, statistic conversation. You get what I'm saying? No, I don't give a fuck about none of them statistics. What's the fruit of your fucking labor? And if you don't stand on what you talking about and you can't sit here and argue under these conversations, if you not part of that crew.
Right.
1%, if I'm an 85%er, 80%er, I can't think what a 1%er is. Yep. What a 1%er do. I can't argue based off of 1%er's perspective. We are on two different playing fields.
Two different playing fields. Our energies don't even we don't even match. Our energies don't even fluctuate together.
And if you in the 80%, you have to literally destroy the 80% mindset to become into the 10, and then once you break that down, you go from the 10 to the 8 to the fucking 5 to the 3 to the 1. Once you become a 1%er, your mindset is completely different from when you was in an 80. You're not the same man.
He using statistics and he using a lot of logical things that a lot of people are not going to understand. But let me break it down for people that's on that same platform of plateau that I'm on right now. I understand exactly because I've been reading and learning. If your ass don't understand that where you are, if you're not where you want to be in your life and your true success is not paying for the bills and you're not happy with it, you got a lot more growing to do. And if you don't see yourself that where you was at and saying like, damn, I was tripping, or damn, I could have did this better, your ass staying the same. And I don't believe in stationary. I used to say that, like, but it's only two directions. You either going up or you going down.
Yep, energy always moving.
It's no such thing as, I'm in the same place I was last year. No, your ass went down.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you should still be looking at what you're doing as last year. Like, oh yeah, bro, I'm here. No, because I guarantee you, somebody done surpassed you. Somebody else done beat you. The lifestyle that you want, somebody else got it. Now you steady looking and watching somebody else. I don't like it. That's why we always ask each other every year, like we look and see progress through the times that we did go through things. It doesn't have to necessarily be financial. You would want it to be, but it has to still be somewhere as in your discipline. You got to understand your structure. You got to look at where you were, maturity level. A lot of men are not mature. A lot of men don't even use mature words. A lot of stuff that we use now is very derogatory and it's low energy, low frequency words.
It's destructive.
It's very destructive, and we don't even know. You said subconscious, masculinity, and femininity. I might have butchered that word.
You know, you just flipped them. Go ahead, you got it, bro.
You told me about putting that into your subconscious mind and bringing it out to forth. A lot of people are still getting on this, well, whatever I put into the universe, I'm getting back. But you putting bullshit out. And you're not even understanding that now. You're like, why does this keep happening to me? Why does this keep happening to me? Because your ass don't understand that subconsciously that you're putting this out here and I'm speaking forth that.
Yeah. What you attract is what you are. So ultimately, you get what I'm saying? Men, you have to be able to realize if you are attracting these fake ass women, you are fake your damn self. You feel me? Like, and if you around people who don't take care of themselves, obviously that means in some way, shape, or form, you're not taking care of yourself. You feel me? So with that being said, I'm going to come back and give you where all this stemmed from. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you why there's no such thing as right or wrong, and it's based off of cause and effect. So with that being said, we're going to hold your thought and come right back.
I be on the go to the dawn of the daylight, dodging all the demon, I'm just trying to get my K right. These streets don't love you. Nah, these streets don't love you. Moving through the trenches and surviving by any means. Eye on my paper, other eye on my enemies. I know these streets don't love you. No, these streets don't love you.
Alright, y'all. So welcome back to the intermission. Hopefully, probably we might have ran into some, you know what I'm saying, technical difficulties. Yeah. But y'all getting this shit raw because this is exactly who we are. You feel me? So with that being said, I wanted to come with the solution and where all of this stuff, where it stemmed from. Yeah. And what's the solution? You know what I'm saying? Basically, I'm a put a few books together to make it make sense, and I'm gonna refer y'all to every book that I'm talking about. So the first thing I'm gonna say is the power of habit. So basically, how a habit is created is basically from emotion that's been triggered from you. You have a trigger, you have the actual process, and then you get the reward. You know what I'm saying? So trigger, process, reward. Trigger, process, reward. Remember I said that, right?
That's habit. The
power of habit. All right, if y'all want to know what that, can you hand me that book? It's yellow and red. Yup. Y'all know I like to refer y'all to this book. I referred y'all to this book before. You know what I'm saying? But I actually want to show y'all again what it is. The power of habit, right here. So I'm gonna probably have you get up again.
Nah, bro, you cool. That's cool.
But
this is raw.
Straight up. Head ass. So basically, the power of habit. I told y'all how it works. You should read that book and figure out how a habit is formed and how it works. So a lot of men, because we harping on men right now,
bro. That's the only way we're gonna go.
Yeah, a lot of men. This habit was created due to being raised without a father, coming up in single parent homes, single mother homes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men were raised with their mothers. We're in a time period now where the 80s and 90s kids are grown. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is where the Disney Channel fairy tale was being told.
And all this shit.
All of that. So these were also the kids who were raised with mothers and grandparents. So boys were being coddled by their mothers and also being pushed into sports. And then that's, you know, those sons are super passionate about their mothers, or they picked up that aggressiveness from their mothers. Now, the lack of a father didn't teach them how to be assertive and didn't also teach them how to deal with conflict and also respect authority. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why a lot of times they always use that saying, sports is a good way to discipline your son. This right here is a good way to channel your emotion.
But that's a good way, but at the same time it's not, because even then those men can't really physically do too much to the child like how a father would. And it's not an everyday reminder, you know what I'm saying? It's not an everyday practice. So these three things are what men are lacking who are raised from mothers.
Structure.
You know what I'm saying? No structure, not being assertive, and no discipline.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that men miss when they're not raised from fathers.
We can use that one example with no discipline, because all of us like fucking and don't know how to control it.
Don't know how and all of us can't identify the difference between a wife, a girlfriend, and a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Your dad gonna pick you up on game and be like, oh, you smacking that motherfucker right there easy. You might well go ahead and hit her. She real easy. Only thing you gotta do is tell her a bunch of sweet nothings, this, that, and the third.
See what
this girl right here, yeah, she girlfriend material. Give her, what I'm saying, treat her a little better. You know what I'm saying? Don't treat her like her, but treat her a little better. Yep. But this is how the game goes, bro. If you don't like what I'm saying, it's just the game.
Yep.
So then, as you know, you be like, your dad be like, that's the one.
That's your wife.
That's the wife. That's the one you need to be.
Cause she gonna keep you on your A
She
game. She gonna feed you.
Yeah.
When you're sick, she gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
And she gonna tell you when your friends ain't moving for your best interest.
See, but what you gonna fail to realize is you gonna bump your head because she feel good. She know everything and she fun. You
she trending right now. She hot right now.
She hot right now. She in the city right now. Ass fat right now. You know what I'm saying?
Looking pretty right now.
Yeah. Listen, but this is where the discipline, where the father would teach you discipline. Listen,
don't let your dickhead.
Yeah, don't let your dickhead think what you say it one more time.
Don't let your dickhead think for this head.
So
right here.
He gonna tell you, bro, slow down, bro, chill. That ain't it.
You're going too fast.
You're going too fast. You're gonna crash. You know what I'm saying? But like we like to use the term live fast, die young. Man, fuck all that. That's dumb.
It's stupid.
That's retarded. You know what I'm saying?
Let your big bros. We ain't even gonna say just big bros. Let somebody that genuinely wants you to have the option of your own choice, because you can't say nobody ain't tell you.
Nobody, you can't say that.
Because now we giving you the insight on it. This is what it is. You don't slow down and learn how to properly assess something, you're gonna be in situations where it's gonna be way worse than what you think you are in now.
Yeah.
And crying wolf and saying, ain't nobody tell me, it's not going to be an excuse.
Yeah. So, especially if you listen to this pod. If you listen to this pod, you comment below like, hey, that's some real game. If you run into trying to turn a hoe into a housewife, my dog, I'm going to just look at you and say,
what the fuck was you thinking?
We told you. I'm the type of person that point and I say, I told you so. You feel me?
Nah, you just going to get that. That's crazy.
No, I'm gonna tell you, dog, you fucking up. Why would you do that? Make it make sense. I'm gonna ask you specific questions. Why would you do that? Make it make sense. Dog, you clearly see the traits of her. She just ain't got it. Stop fucking with her. You feel me? If she want to try to turn herself into a girlfriend, she need to hang out with more girlfriends. If she want to turn herself into a wife, she need to go holler at more wives. But that's not my job.
That's
you
not your
feel
job
me?
To waste your time. Talking about some, oh man, but she got potential.
Nah, potential will get you hurt,
Potential
bro.
get you hurt because again, if you go to a job just because your ass got potential over somebody that already got this potential, like they already got the skill, but you got potential to obtain it. Who
They
you
gonna
think
hire
they
the
gonna
person
go with?
that got the skill versus your potential. You feel what I'm saying? That's a great analogy.
That's quick. So if
go ahead.
You not ready for it, and they not ready for it. That ain't your time, because time isn't guaranteed to nobody. You don't know when your last breath gonna hit.
For real.
So you need to make sure that you live your life the right way and live it to the fullest, but still be smart. Ain't nobody telling you. We not telling you not to have your fun. We not telling you not to be out here just doing your thing, but be smart.
Listen, it go back into the three like I was saying. What I said this whole time I've been referring to three, didn't I?
Yeah.
You got the hoe, you got the girlfriend, and you got the wife, dog.
And I promise you, if you think we just bullshitting, women got a roster.
Women got a roster.
Women got a roster, and they know who they talking to. These women ain't making these damn TikTok videos
for no reason,
and just
bro.
saying all this shit for no reason. These women got hierarchy of, girl, he just a guy that's gonna give me my money. He just entertainment when I'm the other one.
We've all heard of those conversations, bro.
Yeah, like
you better not just fall in another category that the weak dude. You feel what I'm saying? You want the guy who she like.
We got aunties. You better listen to your aunties, dog.
Man, what? You want to be the guy who she like, I can see myself marrying him, but then you got to be able to have that balance of the dark side of you and the good guy. See, a lot of people, and I feel like a lot of this stuff stem from guys who were taught from their mothers to be gentlemen. That was a lie. I mean, it was the truth, but it was half truth. You didn't get the other half because your father wasn't there.
You didn't get the other half, and so you get hurt a lot.
So you get hurt a lot.
You get hurt because you don't know who to get at gentleman side to. You don't know when it's the time to be assertive.
Right.
You don't know when it's the time to be an aggressive.
Right.
You are easily manipulated because guess what she gonna do? That she knows that she got over you. That you don't. She's a woman. Your mom's a female. They know how to. What you say? Touch you right.
Yo, touch you right. Whisper in your ear just enough.
Baby,
you feel me?
Now
like
you catering to her and doing shit like she your mama.
Everything's gonna be okay. I got this. Your bills need to be paid. I got this. You need to go down the street to the other man's house. I got this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You want to do this, babe?
Don't
I got this.
Here,
you know what I'm saying?
And now when she around here, she behind your back and she fucking on the next nigga. She fucking on the next man. Or she saying, you ain't no man, cause I pay this. We 50-50. Make it full circle.
Yeah.
We 50-50.
You want 50-50, dog. That's the results of a 50-50.
You ain't doing this. Like, all right, okay. So that's what you want to be in, bro. Then cool, be in it. I'm not saying don't get you a woman that don't make no money on the side, that you just tricking off your money.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys get that, like the same gentleman. Sorry, go ahead.
No, because you were saying it. I was gonna say a lot of men think that just because they paying for everything that they women don't have to work. We ain't saying make a woman a housewife, because a lot of time women don't want to just be in the house. You know what I'm saying? She want her own money too. But by damn sure, you better make sure you get a woman that if you ain't got it, when you do need that help and she's stacking up something to help and assist. Because again, she is there to support you. She shouldn't be leading you. I'ma say that. I'ma stick firm on that.
She gon' to me, in my opinion, this is what a wife would do personally. I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? But ain't no such thing as right or wrong. I'm just not married, so I don't know. You feel me?
That's just my assumption.
Yeah, I know for a fact a woman gonna be like, yo, a wife will be like, this is what you wanted. This is what comes with the territory. Now go out here and go get it. Yep. You feel me? Like, don't settle for less. You can get what you want. You can get what you deserve. Yeah. Go out here and go get it. She's going to encourage you to go make that cash. She's going to encourage you to go do all that stuff. So the time when you fall short, she's strong and she can be able to multiply and influence you to go out here and go build a nation.
The return of your investment.
Yeah, like that. I think that's the difference between a wife versus a girlfriend. She gonna be like, oh, it's cool, babe. Don't worry about it. I got it. She gonna it's cool. I got it. It's hindering you from growing. It's hindering you from pushing through that adversity. It's hindering you from being able to get through that hiccup that you need to get through.
You ain't got to go through that no more.
A hoe just gonna take everything that you got and leave you the fuck alone.
Well, it ain't sweet no more.
Do you see how I can identify the difference between the three, bro? Y'all got to be able to understand the human traits of these caliber of women. A brothel is the oldest. Prostitution is the oldest occupation in history.
And it comes in many forms, shapes, and fashion.
So why the fuck are we sitting here still having conversations, debating, and arguing with women who give you whole tendencies, who give you whole traits, dog?
Because a lot of people, like you said, don't read. And a lot of stuff, if you pay attention to books, even watch certain movies, it show you history just repeating itself.
It is. That's the thing. If you really study of books, if you really study history, you can clearly see the traits the habits of when it's about to come around. Oh, you think this first time we ever went through a recession or a Great Depression? Nope. You know what I'm saying? You think this is the first time they ever brought a vaccine around? You know what I'm saying? You think this is the first time that they ever talked about how something was going to destroy us as far as in medically and all that stuff? You think this is the first time that this happened? No, bro. Read.
Modified shots. Giving folks everything. Tuskegee experiment type stuff.
Right. So, bro, that's where all of this stuff, that's one area that is stemming from. But let's go deeper into this, where as far as in a slave mentality, a destructive mentality, and this ain't got shit to do with color. The methods work for any and everybody. That's why I ain't gonna say nothing about color. But who is it impacting the most? Black people in America. So at the end of the day, but now it's starting to become a Western civilized mindset is starting to impact the entire world. But this is where this mindset stems from. And you can do your homework yourself, because I want you to. I'm going to refer you to two things. Where it stemmed from was a guy named Willie Lynch. It's called the Willie Lynch syndrome. You know what I'm saying? The Willie Lynch letter. Willie Lynch came from the West Indians, came over in 1712, right? Came over 1712. He came over, you can look up this letter. He came over here, got a stitch of a man being, you basically, you know what? You Lynch. Know what I'm saying?
That's where the name lynching come from.
I ain't really going to say too much because I don't want to get demonetized or all that stuff. So basically, he smelled a stench of it. He said, yo, I'm going to tell you what your issue is. Your crops is dying. Your animals not lasting, nor are they producing what they need to produce. Your slaves is running away, and y'all fucking killing them. The issue is not the slaves. The issue is you. You are using brute force versus mentally enslaving these people. You're not indoctrinating them, basically. So he told them, this is what you need to do. You need to magnify the differences of the group. And here's a few out of many things that he said what you should magnify. The difference between straight hair versus coarse hair. You get what I'm saying? The difference between male versus female, light versus dark, east side, north side, south side, west side. You know what I'm saying? How big they are versus how small they are. You know what I'm saying? All of it, what he did was magnify the differences in the two. And he said, if you do this for a year straight,
division,
these people will be enslaved mentally for 300 plus years. Now, go read that your damn self. And don't see if we not still using these same methods to this day.
And it's getting worse.
It's getting worse. The reason why I brought this up is because we keep voluntarily being mentally enslaved, and we don't even know how destructive we are being towards our own culture. Not just us though, because now people are enslaved by remotely. You know what I'm saying? I can control the TV with this. And the TV over there is wireless. It's wireless. Only thing I got to do is just find the signal, figure out what you triggered by, and say this certain trigger, do this certain trigger, propaganda like how you said, put it on TV, glorify certain things. Next thing you know, you do what you do, and then next thing you know, you enslaved. Now, this is how I look at it. They're not wrong for doing that. Because I got another book that I can refer you to called Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil. A lot of people believe that Satan don't like the church. According to the book, he loves the church because why? The same thing that Willie Lynch said, you instill fear. And then you divide people. So if I can instill fear in you and I can divide you with other methods, if you can say, oh, if you don't do this right, you go into what? Hell. You instilling fear. If there's a heaven, there's a hell. Divisive. If it's you, then there's me, divisive. So every time I say, together we stand, divided we fall, this means peace, and that means war. I'm symbolizing peace. Together is powers in numbers. Divided, we falling because ain't no power amongst us. But, again, let's get undefeated. Let's play the ghost law. Why would they not exploit you? Why would they not continue to exploit your ignorance? Why would they not keep you enslaved?
Should we do it to ourselves all the time?
We do it to ourselves all the time and don't even know consciously why we doing it. But the habits that we have been instilled and they keep passing on through our habits. Remember, through our habits, generational habits, people like to call it curses, but they are generational habits because we keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Then we go insane, causing diseases to our body. We destroy ourselves. And all of a sudden, we try to cope by doing destructive things like overeating, over drinking, over fucking, over doing all of these things that you know that's destructive towards our culture. We got to get undefeated. Everything is connected. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying it's me, we live in an individual like Western Hemisphere is based off individualism versus collectivism. Those are real political terms. Individualism. We got a Declaration of Independence. We have an Independence Day. We have all these days where it identify you and what you stand on versus them and what they stand on. Why is that? It's destructive. And we don't even realize how we keep voluntarily going into the Willie Lynch syndrome. We keep passing this on to the next generation, to the next generation, to the next generation, to the next generation. So with that being said, man, those are my solutions. Be aware of the trigger so you can understand to change the process to get a different result. You can't get rid of a habit. That's not how your subconscious mind works. Once you create a habit, it's in there. But what you can do is change the process to get a different outcome. If you was a dog, you got that dog mentality, but you just got to put that dog on a leash. Yeah, I'm used to going out here smacking nothing but hoes, but I want a wife now. So now I need to know the difference between hoes and a wife.
You got to learn how to control
I got to be able to learn how to control my dick, because if I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep fucking up. And I ain't going to never be able to get a wife. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a wife.
And I ain't going to be able to identify her.
And I ain't going to be able to keep her because I can't control my dick because I keep going around here trying to fuck with hoes. Instead of you basically you tell your wife, the whole tendencies tell her to do it in the bed. Yo, this is, you feel me?
If you know what you're doing.
If you know what you're doing, but that's a whole other conversation for another day, you feel what I'm saying?
You gave too much salt. Too much salt. Gave too much moss. Too much moss.
I'm just saying, bro.
Too much moss. Because then we give it to you. You got to spoon feed some people.
And you got to practice it.
You got to practice it because there's no point of us giving you information and then you using it and you're not using it with the proper way and it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. We seen it happen too many damn times. Basically,
the Kevin Samuels situation. Everybody going out here taking this information and using it to their advantage to manipulate them to get a successful outcome, meaning sex, to get a manipulated outcome. Like, dog, these people so predictable, bro.
It's just fact that we got grown ass men out here listening to one man to get some ass.
But I don't fault Kevin.
No, it's not his fault though. But my thing of it is like, I know men that ain't got no money to get ass.
That's bro. That's my point. You sit here arguing about all these women. You saying get this money, get this money, get this money. Dog, I know hella broke dudes who laying pipe. If you go on certain platforms with women, they be like the best pipe I get is from broke dudes.
And it ain't even about what you got. It's about how you carry it. And again, it's how you construct yourself. I seen a man that I thought it was all about material things. I personally have seen somebody put on a Walmart outfit with just some plain forces and pull more bitches. Excuse my language. Yeah. Pull more women and more females than what somebody had on a $2,000 or $3,000 outfit on.
Yeah, and the suicide rate it's a lot higher in the people who make more money than the people who are at the bottom. The reason why is because of these people who are at the top know that these people that are around them are not genuine.
Yep.
So they can't never get an outlet. They can't never find nobody for love. Like, y'all not talking about the dark side of the 1%. Y'all not talking about the dark side of the 10%. Y'all only talk about the money. But what comes with that, dog? With great power comes great responsibility. My boy Uncle Ben, you know what I'm saying? Spider-Man all day.
Well, he telling the truth, and we always say more money, more problems.
Yeah, bro.
More money, more problems. And it ain't because you change so much, it's the people around you. If you ain't got no group of center of gravity.
Yeah, bro.
Too much moss. Too much. You can't give it to them too much. You got to spoon feed some people, man.
Yeah, I think I said a whole lot there. A lot of people ain't going to.
Nah, that's why when you go there and I be like, I understand. Oh, hold on. Let me bring it back down then. But
the dog on the leash.
The dog on the leash, bro.
Move in silence. I'm just, y'all get it now because once it's there, bro, it ain't meant for me to say nothing else.
You better come back and watch these damn podcasts.
You feel me, right? Like the show right now, goddammit.
Like it, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you don't agree with nothing that we saying, shit, say it. Tell us.
Comment below.
Tell us what we can be better on. We're not saying that we know everything.
Not at all.
If you don't like how we talk, say it. Tell us. Let us know. Just don't.
Or if we misquoted something or articulated something the wrong way or used a word the wrong way, you feel me? Like, it's about constructive criticism and room to grow.
Correct.
Because we're trying to become the best version of ourselves. So with that being said, like, you know what I'm saying? We don't mind the constructive criticism. We ain't going to get emotional about what y'all saying.
Nope. That's just know if you come at us sideways, we're going to respond to you. We want problems always.
If you try to smack me, I'm gonna smack your shit out you.
Because we just told you warriors. We're not from the shy away from nothing. But if you come to us to teach us and show something, we're gonna be like, for sure.
We leave with respect. Wrong, but if you disrespect, I'm gonna leave with disrespect. And I'm gonna magnify. I'm gonna use my feminine energy and magnify that motherfucker. You hear me?
I stand by it. I guarantee it.
So with that being said, man, we're gonna go ahead and close this out, man. It is 11:38.
Yes, sir.
This New Year's it's been crazy. So with that being said, man, is there anything else you would like to say, sir, so we can wrap this thing up?
There's no, you know what I'm saying, as we say the African proverbs, if there's no enemy within, then there's no enemy on the outside that can harm How you say it? It's I like how you said it.
If there's no enemy within, then the enemy without can do you no harm.
Can do you no harm.
So,
I like that one.
And then also there's an African proverb. I really don't know how to say the way that they pronounce it, but what it means is I am me because of we are because of we are. I am because of we are. That's how it is.
Okay.
And it's basically to make a long story short, there was a science project going on with these children. They put the fruit basket at the top of a tree and told them, hey, whoever get to the tree first can eat all of the fruit. Mm-hmm. So what they did was they set an alarm. They said 3, 2, 1, go. What they did was everybody held each other's hand and they walked to the tree together. They climbed that bitch and got it down together. The scientists said, why didn't y'all basically compete with each other? And they basically said, Ubuntu. That's what it is. Ubuntu.
Yeah, I know that.
Ubuntu. He was like, what does that mean? He was like, I am because we are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So they enjoy the fruit together. Dog, together we stand. Divided we fall. Fuck these scientists, you feel what I'm saying? Yes, that make you think that you are not, we ain't got a vibe together. You feel what I'm saying? Nip said it first. I give my praise to when it's necessary. Get a kudos out. He say, fuck the middleman. You feel me? I say the same thing. Proud to pay. Fuck the middleman. Together we stand. Divided we fall. Fuck the middleman. You feel me? We gonna see you on the next episode. This is how we end this bitch. We gonna holler at y'all.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes life can knock you off your feet. Even the strong sometimes get weak. To keep it moving, sometimes you gotta dig deep. I got too many people that's betting on me.